Welcome to this last episode of SolidWorks Basic Design video series. Okay, so first, we're gonna try to make the hat of this little plastic man. To do so, what we're gonna do is to select the front plane and then click on Sketch. Now, we're gonna go to this part of the sketch and start making a line, okay? So we're gonna select the line command, and by selecting the middle of this line over here, we're gonna start making the line, okay? We can keep drawing lines, but what I want for the hat is to have a curve. To do that, I'm gonna go back to this point, and then a curve can be done, okay? So I'm gonna try and show it again so you can see it clearly. If you start making a line and then you go back to that point, last point of your line, you can start making curves, okay? So this is very useful, so you don't have to use the curve command. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it maybe like this. And I'm gonna keep making the form of the hat. As you can see, it's gray because all the edges have been closed. And that's what we're looking for, okay? So now, what we're gonna do is to create a smart dimension to fully define my sketch. So I'm gonna make it 26. And the height, I'm gonna make it 4 millimeters. And the total height of this, I'm gonna make it 24. Okay? So, to not have so many dimensions, instead of making a dimension out of it, I'm going to make a relationship with this other line of equal. Okay? So, if you remember, to make the face, we used the equal relationship to make these two eyes of equal diameter. Now we're gonna use the equal relationship to make these two lines equal. So I'm gonna click first on this line, then Control and select this other line. And here I'm going to select Make Equal. And now my sketch is fully defined. If my hat is too high, I can make it lower by editing this height. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it in 22. And what I'm gonna do next, now that I have like half my hat, I'm gonna make it complete by going to Features and use the Revolved base command. This feature is pretty useful, and you will see why. In Axis of Revolution, I'm gonna select the slide. And now it seems like all of this sketch is revolved around this axis, right? If I want it to be less than this 60 degrees, I'm going to make it maybe 20 degrees, and then I have like a little piece of cake or a bigger piece of cake with 60, but I'm gonna leave it in 360 degrees. And I'm gonna click OK. And now my plastic man has a hat. Amazing. Now let's continue with the arms. Okay, so we're gonna use first the fillet command, and we're gonna use 3 millimeters to make its shoulder rounded. Okay, we're gonna click OK. And now we're gonna start making the arm by creating a sketch on the front plane. So Now that we are creating a sketch in the front plane, we can make a line like this. Okay, I'm gonna make this second line vertical. So it's going to look like this. This point of the line is coincident with this line over here, and this line is vertical. So I'm gonna start dimension it by selecting this point and the point of origin and writing 18 millimeters. And now this line, I'm gonna make it of 17 millimeters and this other line of 20 millimeters. But it is still blue, which means it is not fully defined yet. So in order to fully define it, I still need to define this angle, okay? So first, we need to create a reference for this angle. And to create a reference line, we're gonna use a center line. We're gonna select this point and then create a vertical line here. It doesn't matter the size, it just matters that it is vertical, okay? So now we're gonna create a smart dimension using this center line and this other line, and we're gonna click here 45 degrees. And now my sketch is fully defined. So I'm gonna go out of my sketch. So I will have this little line over here. I'm gonna start making a sweep bus base by clicking on this feeder over here. And as you can see, in this part over here, it says that you need two sketches, the profile and the path. And we only have one sketch, which is the profile one. So instead of creating the other sketch, we're gonna just use circular profile. So it's just asking me for the path, okay? The path which I will use is this one. So I'm gonna click on it. And this circle of 10 millimeters is going to follow this path, okay? So I'm gonna change it to 12. And I'm gonna click on this arrow here of options and click on the one that says aligned with end faces. And what it will do is to make the circle like coincident to this face. I'm gonna click OK. And we're almost done with the arm. We just need to finish the wrist and the hat. So what we're gonna do is to click on this face over here and click on sketch to create a circle that is smaller than this big circle over here. So we're gonna click on circle, then pass our mouse through this circumference, and you will find this point over here that you can click on it and a coincident relation will be created. So you can make the circle of whatever diameter you want. And then with smart dimension, we're gonna make it 8 millimeters. And our sketch is fully defined, so we can use in the feeders tab the extruded bus base of 4 millimeters. We're gonna click OK. And now we have the wrist, and we just need the hand. To do it, we're gonna go to the front plane again, create a sketch, and we're gonna start creating a circle in a random part, but make it bigger like this. And we're gonna select this point and control and then the circumference and select coincident. We're gonna do the same with the other one. And now what is left is to make the smart dimension of 14 millimeters. In features, we're gonna extrude it 4 millimeters to one side and 4 millimeters to the other one by selecting direction 2. And we're gonna click OK. Now our hand is almost done, but we need to create this little hole here for it to look like a hand, right? So we're gonna click on this face and then select sketch. We're gonna make a rectangle, and the center point of this rectangle, we're gonna select it. Then click on Control and select this point over here. And we're gonna make it vertical, so our rectangle is just in the middle. Now, with Smart Dimension, we're gonna establish the initial point of 5 millimeters between this point and this edge. And then we're gonna click here and make it 6 millimeters. And with this other edge, I'm gonna make it 12, but I just needed to pass through the circle, okay? So I'm gonna make in features extruded cut, and it's already through all. So I'm gonna click OK. And I have my beautiful arm here. So I can start making a mirror to mirror this hand to the other side, okay? So I'm gonna select the mirror one. And here, where it says right plane, I'm gonna select it where it says mirror face plane, select the right plane, and then we're gonna click here where it says bodies to mirror, and we're gonna select the body. And we're gonna click OK. And with that, we have finished our little plastic man. So I hope these tutorials have helped you. And if you want to review, you can do so by going back to these operations or features over here. You can go back to the beginning if you want to, or start like going down and see all the operations that we did on this tutorial in case you want to use them for another part. Also, you know, like I showed you at the beginning, like here at the help button, you can go to tutorials and you can like start making more tutorials for practice and then to be more fluent on part making. Okay, so I hope this was helpful for you and for you to keep designing and making awesome designs.